On January 23, 1972, the Roe v. Wade decision held that a woman, along with her doctor, could make the decision to have an abortion in her earlier months of pregnancy without restrictions, and with restrictions in her later months of pregnancy due to right of privacy. When innocent babies are being killed in what is supposed to be the safest place on earth, their mother's womb, I tend to think more and more about what this world's coming to. For instance, is it fair that on one side of town you have a man or a woman that's being sentenced or put away for life due to an accusation of murder, when right across town you have a woman that has the ability to choose whether or not she wants to abort her unborn child? My name is Jennifer Sullivan, and I'm here today to tell you that an abortion is the unnecessary killing of an unborn, pure, defenseless form of life, and therefore it should be illegal. There are two different types of abortions: spontaneous abortions and induced abortions. Spontaneous abortions are when a mother has already miscarried her baby, and therefore drugs or instruments are used to clean out the mother's uterus before harmful toxins can evaporate into the mother's body. Induced abortions is where the problem is. That is when drugs or instruments are used to stop the natural course of a pregnancy. Although 90% of induced abortions are done within the first 3 months of pregnancy, during those first 3 months of pregnancy, that fetus has already begun to develop its human structure. Its bones are developed, its brain is beginning to form, its fingernails and toenails are visible. If you'll take a look at the example up here, you have an 8-week-old baby or 8-week-old fetus and a newborn. Is there a huge difference between these two? No, there's not. And a lot of people say it doesn't matter because the babies, they don't feel it. It's not a form of life yet. They don't feel it. Even though that baby is not viable inside its mother's womb, it is still viable enough to become a form of life 9 months later. And also, it is a current study that your fetus can feel pain at 8 weeks gestation, because during these 8 weeks, its neuroanatomic structures are developed in its brain, which includes sensory nerves, motor nerves, and the thalamus. And if you take a look, if you do an induced abortion and through an amnio, it's a needle stick. That needle stick sends a sensory nerve to that thalamus, which is part of the brain at the brainstem. That thalamus sends a motor nerve back to the baby, telling it to pull away. Therefore, your baby can experience whatever pain that you're causing it.